Hey, and welcome to this video about how to look incredible naked. Now, I know what you're thinking. That is quite a blunt topic to talk about. And the majority of people talk about wanting to feel good, wanting to be pain-free, wanting to move better, losing a pound here or there. But I feel like we should get right to the point, okay? We'll cut the BS and get straight to the actual topic. And that is what 90% plus want. But the problem is 90% of you don't want to say exactly what you want. And the majority of us want to look incredible naked, all right? We look in the mirror and we're in our underwear and we're standing there and we're not happy with how we look. And that can make us upset. That can give us low confidence. It can pretty much make us feel like crap. And that's not a good feeling. And if you're getting that every single day, then it's really gonna hit your confidence hard, lower your mood, quite ultimately leads you to being depressed and just feeling, well, what's the point? And you've probably tried a lot of diets, you've probably tried a lot of workouts, and there's probably some things that work short term and then the weight's gone back on. I don't need to name them. You probably know what they are. There's many diets out there that promise great results, yet short-term results, but long-term, it all goes back on and much more. There's workout plans that aren't sustainable. They're too long, too intense. Yes, they may get results again short-term, but long-term, keeping that up and keeping that with your lifestyle is quite simply unachievable. So what I want to do is I want to bang through and rattle off my points of how I can get you to look incredible naked. The first thing and the most important thing we need to focus on is creating a calorie deficit. Now, quite simply put, we don't need to overcomplicate stuff and I get all sciencey and tell you different technical terms, but I'm going to keep it nice and simple. At the moment, what you currently eat, right? If you're maintaining your weight, so if you look at the scales every week, and you're hitting 12 stone every single week, it's not going down, it's not going up. That is your maintenance calories. That is the amount of calories you're consuming and maintaining your weight. Simple. If you want to create a deficit, there's a few ways you can do it, but let's just take number one. You just need to look at what you're currently eating and reduce that. If you reduce that, you have created what we call a deficit. That's simple, all right? And all you need to do is keep that deficit for a period of time and continue that deficit and you will lose body fat. Now, the big reason why people don't normally get results or don't see the drop in fat loss is because A, the deficit's not big enough. So there might only be a 100, 200 calorie deficit. And a big thing to remember is it takes 3,500 calories to burn a pound of fat. So that's number one. If you're only in a 100 calorie deficit per day, it's going to take you a very long time to lose a pound, 2 pounds, 3 pounds of fat. Another thing is people don't do it for long enough. Big one. They do it for a week, 2 weeks. They think, oh, I'm not noticing any results because one, the deficit's too small, and they give up. They give up, that didn't work. Or they're in a deficit Monday to Friday, Saturday and Sunday, they go out on the weekend, they get boozy, eat a couple of bolties, chicken kormas. They're in a severe surplus and all they do is put the calories they lost back on at the weekend. And all you're doing is just rinse and repeat the same cycle. And then you wonder why you're not getting results. So ultimately, if you want to look better naked, you need to be in a deficit. Now, the deficit is your choice. The bigger the deficit, the quicker you're going to look better naked. Simple as that. My personal opinion, you need a minimum of 500 calorie deficit. So to work that out, it's nice and simple. You download MyFitnessPal. Okay, then you ignore MyFitnessPal's readings completely. You just ignore it. Put the details in, but ignore what they tell you to do. What you then do is you log every single thing you drink and every single thing you eat. You weigh it on the scales, you scan the barcodes. You do that for 4 days, right? Then you add the total number together. So day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, add it together, and then you divide it by 4. So for example, if you were 2,000 day 1, 1,500, 3,000, 4,000, you add them all together, divide by 4. That will give you an average of what you currently eat in a day, all right? You can do it other ways, but this is the simplest way I feel that doesn't overcomplicate stuff. We can look at what's called your TDE, and we can look at your NEAT, we can look at all of that, but just forget about that. Keep it simple. Download the app, track what you eat for 4 days, divide it by the number 4, total number. That's your daily average calorie intake. You will find, if you're honest, you will be roughly over 2,000. I don't know many people that want to look better naked that are on under 2,000 consistently. If you say you're 1,000, I don't believe you. All right, you're probably fibbing a bit, or you're maybe not being completely honest with what you're putting in. Be completely honest. Track every single thing that touches these lips. Drinks, everything. Oil you're using, absolutely everything. It'd be like putting a calculator and putting 3 plus 3. It's going to come out 6. But if you put in a different reading, like 3 plus 6, and expect it to be 6, it's not going to be 6, it's going to be 9. So it's only going to work if you tell it honestly what you've done. So calorie deficit is number 1. And a 500 calorie deficit is what I recommend. On average, what I would tell you to do, start with 1,500 calories, okay? Now, 1,500 calories allows you a bit of flexibility with food, allows you a bit of enjoyment in life, but it also will put you in a deficit as long as you're working out hard and doing the steps. I can guarantee you that. It's worked with all my clients. It's an absolute fundamental I work with. I get all my clients, majority of them on 1,500 calories, and I see instant results. What I then do is once we get the fat down, we get people happy with their shape, we can then start to look at adding calories, because what I want you to do is have a great social life and also eat food you enjoy, but also look great naked. Simple. Right, that's number 1. Number 2, steps. You need to get yourself some sort of step tracker, whether that's a Fitbit or an Apple Watch. It doesn't matter. If you're a tight ass like me, it's a Fitbit. If you like throwing money away, Apple's your go-to, all right? Now, track your steps, what you currently do. Minimum, you should be doing 10,000 steps per day. Who says that? It's a number that has just been made up, all right? The more you can do, the better. And remember, we said there's many ways to create a deficit. The more steps you do, the more calories you burn, which means the bigger the deficit you create. However, a non-negotiable is 10,000 steps. If you are wanting to look and feel your best, look great naked, in front of the mirror, be happy, in front of your partner, wear a bikini on the beach or wear trunks on the beach and feel confident, I do not feel you can achieve that from doing less than 10,000 steps. Okay, there may be some people that do that, but they're barely eating any food. If you want to have a bit of enjoyment with food and also have a great physique, your step count needs to be up. If you're doing below 10,000 steps and you're saying that you can't fit it in, you can fit it in. It's just you're not making time for it, okay? You're not prioritizing how you look and how you feel above everything else. You can, if you're a busy mum, you can march from the spot whilst your kid is having a nap or your kid's playing their toys. You can literally walk in front of the TV. That counts as steps. You can get up earlier and go for a walk. Rather than sitting in a coffee shop or going for food with friends, you can go for a walk instead. You can park further away from the shops or the supermarket and walk to the shops and back. There's many ways you can fit it in. Your half an hour lunch break does not need to involve you being sat on your arse all day. It could be a 20-minute lunch break followed by a 20, 30-minute walk. If you get transport to work, you could either get off a bus stop earlier, get off a tube stop earlier, or what you could do is park further away from work. They are simple steps. That is where you get your 10,000 in. A big tip, get the majority of your steps in the morning and it'll be easier to get the rest of them in the day. Make it non-negotiable, you'll get it done. That was number 2. So, number three, you need to work out, and you need to work out with an intensity that gets you a bit of a sweat on, all right? If you are leaving the gym or finishing your home workout and you look better than when you started, then you're not working out hard enough, okay? As the weeks and the months go on, you need to ramp the intensity up, which means you either need to do more reps, so more reps of an exercise, i.e. if you're doing push-ups, you're doing 12 push-ups, you build it to 13 to 14 to 15. If you're in the gym, you're doing squats, you do more reps, or you do more sets. So rather than 2 sets, you can do 3 sets and so on. Lift more weight, shorten the rest time, all of those factors all apply. And that will get you great results. As a minimum, you need to be doing workouts of 3 times a week. Ideally 4, but start with 3 and you can progressively overload to get your 4th session in per week. So we've gone through calorie deficit, we've gone through steps, we've gone through working out. Workouts should be done with weights. Yes, you can do aerobic-based workouts, dance, Zumba, all that kind of jazz. However, you are watching this because you want to look better naked. And I'm telling you that weight-based training is your best option on making your shape better. It's going to make your bum look better, your arms more toned, your midsection firmer by doing weight-based training. You will not get that from just doing cardio. So there's your 3 fundamentals. Now, sleep. Sleep. Who needs it? Everyone needs it. And if anyone says sleeping is cheating, they're talking absolute rubbish. You cannot function properly off less than 7 hours sleep, okay? Ultimately, you want to be getting 7. Now, I understand, if you're a parent, it's going to be a struggle getting 7 hours of non-interrupted sleep. I completely get that. And there will be days when you get 3, 4, 5, stressed at work and life stresses. Don't obsess about it too much. And don't get the feeling like, oh my God, I need 7 hours, because that's what Luke said. Ideally, 7 hours minimum. However, we do have stress in our life. We need to manage stress better. But if we've got kids waking us up, it's an unavoidable experience. The best thing you can do is put yourself in the best position to get the best quality sleep. That means switching your phone off at 8 p.m. at night and making sure you have 1 to 2 hours of non-social media before you go to bed. Reading a book half an hour before you go to bed is a must do for me. It completely switches me off, allows me to sleep better. You can stack that with a warm bath, which is really, really good. Those 3 things. And also meditation. So meditation isn't just about sitting there. That's not what it's about. You can download the Calm or the Headspace app, and I would recommend to do 10 minutes minimum when you wake up or when you go to bed. My preferred choice in the morning, and that will really improve your sleep quality. The reason in the morning is because you're more likely to do it. You can wake up, do your Headspace. When it's last thing at night, it's the less things you want to do, okay? More excuses, you won't do it. Get in a routine of doing it. I can guarantee you that will give you a great quality sleep. The reason that sleep is important is because there are hormones in your body. If you don't get enough sleep, what happens is you feel tired. So you're going to try and pick sugary-based food, processed food, the next day. Also, when you're eating, you will still feel hungry, okay? You won't feel full. And that is the hormones in your body aren't working properly. So make sure you get a great night's sleep. That would lead you to stop snacking and not overeating, which ultimately will make you look great naked. See what we're getting from this? Now, my last and final tip is time and consistency. You don't give it enough time and you're not consistent enough in order to get the results you want. The people that are getting results are putting the consistency in. They're doing the things day in, day out, the workouts, the steps, the deficit, drinking plenty of water, getting great sleep, managing stress levels properly, all of those factors, hence why they're getting great results. You can't expect to do 1-2 weeks of a good diet, good steps and good workouts and getting great results. It takes time, and it's going to take a minimum of 12 to 16 weeks to really see those benefits come from doing the fundamentals day in, day out. If you're not willing to do the things day in, day out, you're not prioritizing that goal of looking better naked. And ultimately, you've got to ask yourself, do you want to look great? Because if you want to look great and feel great, it's not just about looking great and feeling great. That is going to be massive for your confidence, for your mood, for your family, your partner, your friends, everything. It's going to make you a better person because you're going to feel great. And if you feel great, everything else is going to be better. You're going to enjoy work more. You're going to enjoy social life more. If you wake up every single morning, you look in front of the mirror and you are not happy with what you see, only you can change that. And you can only change that by doing what I've just told you to do. And if you do that consistently and you do that for a period of time, you will get great results. There is no short-term change to success, okay? It is a long road and it does take time. And unfortunately, the bigger you are, the longer it's going to take, i.e. the more processed food you've eaten, the shorter workouts you've done, or the lack of workouts you've done, and the lack of steps you've done are all building up, okay? You've got an accumulation of fat, and you need to get rid of that. So if you are bigger, it's going to take you longer. If you're slightly slimmer, then it's going to take you shorter. But it doesn't mean you can't get to that ultimate result of looking and feeling your best. But you need to create deficit. You need to get the steps in. You need to get the workouts in and work out weights. Okay, there's 3. You need to get the sleep in, and you need to be patient and consistent. And you will get results. I hope that helps. And that's just a video. There's so much more to cover, but that is my simple steps. Do those day in, day out. Guarantee you'll get results. You will look better naked. And that's ultimately what we want. Okay. Let's not beat around the bush and say all this other jazz. Do it consistently, and you will get the bloody results you want. See you soon.